Mr. Rich, if you're in the building.
Mr. Rich.
How you doing, Moana? How you doing? You hear me?
I'm sorry. Good afternoon. Happy Friday to you, Mr. Rich. So, want to make sure
Happy.
that you understand the proceedings that are happening here today. This is your arraignment, and then we go from there. So, we're going to start by gathering your plea. But first, the DA is going to tell us the charges that you're being faced with, and then you can enter a plea, okay?
All right.
All right, DA, the floor is yours.
All right. And I do apologize, Your Honor. My toaster is toastifying today.
Good.
Your Honor, can you spell the defendant's name? It's not coming up.
Mr. Rich, can you spell your name for the court?
All right. It'll be Jahamid Rich. Jahmid. JMHAMID.
Got you.
Rich.
Okay, Your Honor. The defendant is looking at PC 2-706, drug trafficking kingpin. PC 2702, possession of controlled substance with intent to distribute, and PC 2-704, sale of a controlled substance.
What?
Oh, goodness.
Oh my God.
And what is the maximum time that Mr. Rich is facing?
He's looking at 730 months in prison and 1.180 million dollars in fines.
Okay. Mr. Rich, you've heard the charges that have been levied against you by the Atlanta Police Department. How do you plead? You have the option of not guilty, guilty, or no contest.
Can I say something? Can I just say a few words, if you don't
You
mind?
That part comes next, but you do have to enter your plea. Now let's and everybody please pay attention to this part, especially if you're here in front and you're going to be pleading today and this is your arraignment. I'm going to explain to everyone one time how the pleas work. If you plead guilty, you can request a plea deal and you will be able to tell your side of the story. And we may decide to either lower your sentence, erase it, give you community service. There's all types of lower your fine. It's all types of things that can come about if you take responsibility and be accountable for any wrongdoings you may have done. You can also plead no contest. You plead no contest if at some point in the future you want to expunge your record and or be eligible for certain jobs in the city. No contest means just that, no contest. But you're willing to negotiate with the state for some type of restitution. Then there's not guilty. Not guilty means exactly that. If you plead not guilty, you will, the proceedings at this point will stop, and you have 1 day or 24 hours, depending upon the severity of the case, to obtain representation or to represent yourself. And that means you will have a full trial. You will have to come with evidence, witnesses, and everything else that comes with a trial. And you will have 24 hours to 48 hours to do that. You can seek legal representation or you can defend yourself. If
All
you do
right.
decide to go with not guilty, do understand that not only will you have to come up with your evidence to prove that you are not guilty, but the DA will also be presenting all of the footage, the 4K. They will be presenting background checks on you and whomever else you will be bringing to the witness stand with you. So be prepared because it can be a little bit intrusive. But if you are innocent, then there's nothing to hide, right? So those are your options. So hopefully everyone understood that. Mr.
Can you
Rich,
repeat that no content part one more time, please, if you don't mind?
now didn't I just say I was not going to repeat myself?
It's all right. I pretty got the gist of it. I got the gist of it.
I'm just playing with you. No contest means it's no contest. You do not intend to challenge the state on the ruling because maybe in the future you would like to get a job with the state or something like that. You're going to plead no contest. It doesn't mean you're guilty. It just means, you know what, hey, let's figure something out. There will be some restitution that you will either have to pay or serve some time or do some community service, however the DA, whatever the DA recommends, and then I make a judgment on it.
That's understood.
Okay? So now let's move forward. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I plead no contest.
Okay. Now, can you tell us what happened?
So pretty much, you know, I'm pretty new around town. A couple people know me. It's kind of hard. You feel me? When you come from nothing, come from nothing, you gotta feed your little brothers. You feel me? Your other family members. It's hard out here. You feel me? At first, the jobs wasn't hiring. Jobs wasn't hiring in the beginning. So I went and got me. Went to the streets. The streets took me in. Got me some money. You feel me? But even though that wasn't the right path, I'm not saying that was the right thing to do. I know, you feel me? I did my wrong, you feel me? I did my wrong on that part, you feel me? I ended up getting me the second time I ended up getting me a job though, you feel me? I had me a job, you feel me? Um Job was slowing down though, like you feel me? It was kinda like it was slowing down. The job wasn't really, wasn't jobbing, so like what had the streets pulled me back in. I tried to be, I tried. And then, I got this other little job at the jerk spot, it's been helping me out, keeping me out of trouble and stuff. I just feel like that third time, it probably was like the crowd I was with. I was just doing me, you feel me? Just doing me. I don't know what I was thinking, but like I said, I ain't a bad dude. I ain't out here trying to kill people and that, I'm pretty much chill dude, going home, I'm just trying to feed my family. Make sure everybody's straight around me, make sure, everything's smooth. So it's like
Okay.
I'm willing to work with y'all, but I ain't trying to I look like a bad dude.
I understand. Thank you for that impassioned plea. Um, DA, what would be your recommendation for sentencing and fines? Are you willing to offer Mr. Rich a plea deal?
Sorry. Oh, nigga, you finna snitch?
I do, ooh, excuse me.
Can't go back to the hood if you cop a plea.
I do appreciate the, defendant's, candidness and honesty. But from what I'm understanding with the amount of things that that was found on his person, it could have had devastating effects on the community. So I do believe that the defendant should both be punitively held accountable for his actions while also not completely destroying his life, since he is at least taking accountability for it. Right now, he's looking at 730 months in prison and $1,180,000 in fines. So I'm proposing that we increase the fines to $1,580,000 and decrease the defendant's time from 730 to 250 months.
Interesting.
Nigga, cop a plea.
Mr. Rich,
Yes,
would you like to take the DA up on her plea deal offer?
yes, I'll take the plea.
Okay. All right. So the DA will update your record to a reduced sentence of, what was it, DA? 230 months,
Correct.
with your fine now at 1.5 million.
Um, 1,580,000.
Okay. The court will also like to add in that you get a wellness checkup at Atlanta Memorial. Health is true wealth. And once you come out of the prison, we understand how taxing that can be on a black man's body. We want you to get fully checked out. The Wellness Initiative is free. We will take great care of you there at the hospital. So as soon as you come out, you will be asked to you will have to make that appointment um, with the hospital. You just go in the tickets and open it up and say you're with the Wellness Initiative. Do you understand? Make sense?
I hear you, Judge.
Okay. And that will be added to your plea deal. Judge, can you please add that he has to go for a wellness checkup? We know black folk don't like to go to the hospital, but we need to begin to protect our kings.
I appreciate that, Judge. Appreciate
Yes.
that.
I added it, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. DA, you can go ahead and invoice Mr. Rich and see if we can have one of the officers come and have him escorted to one of the holding cells.
Okay. Just a moment, Mr. Rich.
Cop a plea, nigga. It's ridiculous.
Y'all wildin'.
I do apologize. I'm having the biggest headache in the world.
No worries.
Alright, then.
Okay, perfect. Now let's see if we can is do we have PD in the building?
I don't believe we do, Your Honor.
Okay. But you do have a ankle bracelet, correct?
Is there a Medicare?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So you
Yeah,
will.
we can pay that.
All right. So, Mr. Rich, it is by order of the court that you turn yourself in tomorrow at the 4 p.m. Sue. We expect you to turn yourself in so you have one last night with your family and friends. Make
I
it worth it.
appreciate that, Judge. I
Yes.
appreciate that so much.
And
And I
while you're,
appreciate
just make sure in this space of time, you make that appointment at the hospital. Otherwise, this deal is off. And if you violate any of these terms, if you do not show up tomorrow, triple time and triple fine.
I'm gonna be there tomorrow. I'm going to the hospital right now, Judge. I'm not playing.
Okay. Oh, you don't have to go to the hospital right now. Just go into the ease, open up the ticket, and say you want to make an appointment for the wellness initiative. And that's it.
Alright,
The rest of your evening
that's
is
it.
with your family. So let it be written. So let it be done. Going out
I
from a podium
appreciate you.
now.
I
Go.
appreciate it, Judge. I
All
appreciate
right.
everybody. Have a good day.
Okay. Don't have us come looking for you.
Wish y'all luck, man. Wish everybody some luck.
So you on?
Appreciate you showing up. We can put a
Really,
line in there.
my
Okay.
dog.
We want to make sure that, let's see.
You gotta jump over again.
All right. Next up on the docket, we